Hey, how's it going tonight, everybody? It's good to see you. I just watched a video that I'm gonna edit in here by a brother named Anthony. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I think he's from Africa. He was explaining some things about the rapture. I think you might want to take a look at. One of the things that he said was how we have always read it and seen it as it happening in a twinkling of an eye, like sudden, where he goes on to explain that it very well or most likely might be a process. I've heard other people say this. One in particular, I don't remember that person's name, but they said that the dead will be raised first and then we'd be caught up to meet them in the clouds. And they put an emphasis on we don't know how long that would have took or how long they're in the clouds or the timing of when we meet them in the clouds. Some people also explain that Jesus coming could mean that he's already out there watching from his position in the air and that he's not on the throne anymore. These are all, people make some good points because even today, I don't really believe that Joshua just came out there to lie. It just, still doesn't make any sense to me. And like I said, I've never believed anybody or believed too many people about anything in general. This, like I said, I just can't shake. And every day I'm thinking of myself and evaluating my actions, how I'm thinking, and struggles I'm having, and how to overcome this fight of mine with Jesus Christ. I'm hoping that it is true that Christ is going to or is in a process of taking his bride or receiving his bride. Another thing Joshua said was he said that Jesus said an exodus, and then Joshua interpreted it as a rapture. And an exodus and what we call a rapture or hapazo in the Greek is two totally different things. The exodus in the Bible, that was a situation that went down with the darkness, 3 days of darkness, or however long the darkness went, the plagues that hit before they were even exodus or exited out of there. That was a situation, and he did say that Jesus said exodus. So, we have dreams and some people have visions and we can misinterpret some things. And a lot of people have misinterpreted the Bible. People are still doing that today. I'm pretty sure that I've read some in the Bible and misinterpreted it a few times. So as humans, we're fallible. I don't think this makes anybody a false prophet, especially when I've seen that there's no gain from it. With Joshua, there's no financial gain. There's no merch being sold. There's no gain for it. He said that he didn't even want to be a pastor when he was one, and he quit that job. But I don't know. Only God knows the hearts of men and women. I do see that there's people, that have jumped on, I think, the wagon. There's people that want to make content. For as far as YouTube goes, I see that people are just probably running out of things to say, but they're coming up with things to say every day, whether it's a new dream, a new vision. But I've been hip to that for a long time anyway, before this even came to be, this rapture situation. Some people really get high off of likes and comments and those things. I mean, it's scientifically proven that it sets off endorphins. It's like drugs, from what I've saw and listened to in some documentaries. But I'm still believing. After I get off of here, I'm gonna get into prayer and just tighten up my relationship. Because like I said, watch that video with Anthony. Because if it's giving us this window of time for us to prepare ourselves, that's awesome. Versus it happening just like this and being caught off guard. The trumpet has been sounded, like, the warning's out there. And that would be awesome that God, gives people time to prepare for it. So there could be people that, mock and do whatever they do, and there could be people that are very well taking it serious and making some changes in their life, like I'm working on making changes. Like I said, I don't believe none of this happened for no reason, and it's made a lot of people open their eyes to it, and it's made a lot of people who didn't know anything about the rapture start studying about it, and a lot of people have turned from what they were doing and came to Christ through it. Like somebody else said, they don't believe that it'll be another person that comes out and says this after this situation, after this one. And I don't believe that. I don't believe there will be another person either that sets a date or says anything of this magnitude to have this many people really going for it. So that's all I got to say about that, man. I love y'all. I'm going to get in a prayer. And one of these days I'm going to go live, man. Set up something where me and a few people can really, have Bible study on here, because we are the church, and I think that'd be awesome. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. I love you.